You know that feeling, right? That mix of total excitement and, let's be honest, sheer terror when you think about your final year project? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to break down the official documentation guidelines to turn that huge, intimidating mountain into a path you can actually walk. Let's dive in.
Yeah, this picture says it all. We have all been there, just staring at a blank page, the weight of this massive project just looming over you. It can feel completely paralyzing, can it? But what if I told you the secret to getting started isn't some magical stroke of genius, but actually... And that's exactly what this is all about. We're going to take that chaotic, overwhelming final project mountain and turn it into a clear, step-by-step path right to the summit. And our map for this whole journey? It's the academic guideline itself. Seriously, don't think of it as a bunch of boring rules. Think of it as the blueprint for your success. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The source material itself frames this perfectly. This project isn't just another assignment to get through, it's a crucial milestone. It's your gateway to professional achievement. This is your shot to go from being a student to a professional, to build something that really showcases what you can do.
So where on earth does a journey like this begin? It starts with the proposal. The best way to think about it is like the architectural blueprint for a skyscraper. You can't just start digging and throwing up walls, right? You need a solid, approved plan that proves you know exactly what you're doing and how you're going to get it done.
And that's the most critical point right there. Your proposal is your project's roadmap. It's this formal document that forces you to think through every single step, from your main goals to the nitty-gritty of your methodology. And honestly, getting this document right makes everything that comes after it about 10 times easier.
A great proposal isn't some huge, mysterious document. No, it really just boils down to these 5 key things. You need a sharp title that makes people curious, a killer abstract that's like a movie trailer for your work, a super clear problem statement, a defined scope so you know your boundaries, and of course, a solid methodology, your actual plan of attack. Nail these 5 and you're good to go. Okay, now this right here is a fantastic pro tip from the source. So many of us try to write the abstract first, but that's like trying to write the movie trailer before you've even figured out the plot. Do it last. Trust me, once you've got everything else planned out, summarizing it into a powerful 200-word pitch is suddenly so much simpler.
All right, so your proposal's approved, you've put in the hard work, you've built your project. Now what? Now it's time for the final report. This is where you switch hats. We go from being the architect to being the storyteller. Because your report isn't just a dump of data, it's the compelling story of your project's journey, from the problem you started with to the amazing solution you came up with.
And you know, every great story has to start with Chapter 1, the introduction. This is your opening scene. It's where you set the stage, you introduce the main character, which in this case is the problem you're solving, and you grab the reader's attention from the very first sentence.
So your introduction has 4 really critical jobs to do. First, you need a powerful hook that makes the reader actually care. Second, you have to state the problem so clearly that anyone can get why it's important. Third, you outline your specific, measurable objectives. And finally, you give them a roadmap, basically telling the reader, hey, here's what's coming up next.
Next up is the literature review, and I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. This chapter isn't just a boring summary of articles you read. No way. It's your argument for why your project even needs to exist. It's you showing everyone you understand what's already been done and then pointing to the exact gap that your work is going to fill. It's all about finding your place in the conversation.
So once you've established the why, Chapter 3 gets into the how. This is the real technical heart of your report. It's where you lay out the exact process, the tools, the techniques you used. No vague descriptions here. It has to be precise. A really strong methodology chapter paves the way for your results, and then your discussion and conclusion where you get to show off what you found and what it all means. And this chart shows you just how deep this methodology chapter can go. A huge part of it is choosing your software development lifecycle, or SDLC. This is literally your project's game plan. And as you can see, choosing a rigid model like Waterfall versus a super flexible one like Agile has massive implications for everything, from how you handle feedback to how you manage risk. Your methodology isn't just a description, it's a series of strategic choices you have to defend.
Now here's a really crucial point the guide makes. Not all tech projects are created equal, and they're not judged by the same standards. Your entire project, especially your methodology, needs to line up with the focus of your degree. So the big question is, are you in computer science or are you in information technology?
This slide just lays out the difference perfectly. On one hand, a computer science project is probably going to lean heavily into theory. You might be designing new algorithms, exploring AI, or digging into computational complexity. On the other hand, an information technology project is usually all about practical application, integrating existing systems, beefing up cybersecurity, or solving a real-world business problem. Knowing which camp you're in is absolutely vital.
Okay, we have climbed that mountain and we can finally see the top. We've gone from that terrifying blank page all the way to a fully structured professional report. So let's bring it all home and quickly recap the absolute key takeaways from this whole process.
So if you forget everything else, just remember these 4 things. 1. Your proposal is your roadmap. A solid plan will keep you from getting lost. 2. Your final report tells a story. Make it interesting, not just a list of facts. 3. A clear structure isn't boring, it's what makes you look like a pro. And 4. Know your field, CS or IT, and make sure your project hits the right notes.
And this really is the most important point of all. Following these guidelines isn't just about ticking some boxes to get a passing grade. It's about respecting your own hard work. You've poured hundreds of hours into this project. A clear, professional structure is how you give your amazing ideas the powerful voice they really, truly deserve.
So as you get ready to start, just remember this. Your final project is the bridge from your life as a student to your career. It's your masterpiece, your proof of concept, your opening statement as a professional in your field. It is so much more than just a grade. So the only real question left is, what story are you gonna tell?